Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Monday Blues on a gorgeous, gorgeous Monday night for the Carlton and Port Scum review. Tonight I have joining me is Gawargas, George, and Angelo. How we going, fellas?
Good.
Very
Good,
well,
mate.
mate.
Great intro.
Well done,
Yeah,
Carl. How are
Great
you?
intro, Carl.
New
Tell you
Carl,
what, we
new
don't need a
environment,
male
new me.
anymore.
I've been kicked
A
outside.
male's out of a job.
Yeah. Gonna have to make some changes, I think, boys. How we going?
I think so. Good, bro. Good. How are you?
Cold.
It's
Let's see my
freezing.
new surroundings. I've
I
been
was
upgraded
saying
to
earlier. I've
been
been
upgraded to the backyard.
looks like you've been kidnapped by the cartel and they got you in a container.
Yeah. It's not far from it, man. Wife's kicked me into the backyard.
All right, we'll keep you warm. The chat will keep you warm tonight, mate. G'day, everyone.
That's who we are, mate.
Stay tuned for that next year, maybe. Yeah, I just got some stuff brewing. Shout out to everyone in the chat, by the way. We got quite a few views out on a Monday night. Happy chaps, happy ladies and gents. After a good 54-point win. Who have we got here just quickly before we go around the grounds? Emad, Cookley, Rocco. How many Rocco? We've got a lot of Roccos in the chat. I'm struggling to keep up how many Roccos.
We do. Rocco's, might have to name my kid Rocco.
It's the most common name, I think, in our chat. Love it. Rocco, Bluebagger, 1987, the Scotty Tompkins, James, Chris Mast, Emad's there again, Cameron Byer, Jamie Bryant, Enzo, only Carlton, of course, Petra Khan. Everyone's out tonight. Bocek. Oh, I've got something for you, Bocek. I think you'll be pleased with. It's not a beanie. It's not a beanie, Bocek, but I've got you a 420 bucket hat, sir. I've got you a 420 bucket hat and
supple hat.
And yes, that's all. Hey, if you're a meat pie fan, reversible with the meat pies.
Look at that.
Hey, I've got you set for summer, bro.
We don't want any pies on our hats.
That's true. That's why I've turned it inside out. But Bocek, I've got you covered.
Cool,
sorry, the chat. I hope you're still there. But yes. How are your weekends?
Good. It's nice to win. It's great to win. I don't want to hear sorry. I don't want to far out.
On the dot, 3 minutes in. Yep. Where I say, I think it was.
Oh, there goes the demonetization. I don't want to hear people say, it's just Port. It was just Port. Who cares, man? You can only beat who's in front of you. Let us enjoy it. Let us enjoy it, bro. The season's almost done. Just let us enjoy this little bit of happiness. And then let us be miserable for the next 6 months till footy season, then 6 months during footy season. Like I said weeks ago, I just want to enjoy the little wins. Let's just enjoy it for what it is. It's a win. If we were losing, if we lost, we would have lost our minds, right? So why can't we, it's like some people just can't be happy. It's like they're refusing to be happy, you know? So fucking lighten up. Sorry for dropping the C-bomb already. I'm sorry. How are you boys? Carl, how you doing?
I don't think we're in a position to say it was only Port. Port was above us on the ladder. So
Were they?
Yeah. I believe so.
Jeez.
Yeah, we took this spot.
Yeah, so we can't say it was only Port. They were above us. We've been shit. They've been shit. I didn't think we'd win, to be honest. And it wasn't just a win. It was a nice little ass slapping, which was good. It was good. Haven't had that feeling in a while, I reckon. So it was good, man. Very good. Georgie?
Absolutely agreed. Yeah, take those moments coming in towards the end of the season. I think we all said it. Just inject a bit more positivity, begin the culture shift coming towards the end of the year, and don't discount the fact that, you know, a win like that, with the amount of kids that we had in the team, you know, your Flynn Youngs, your Matt Carrolls, Walsh coming back, supporting them as well. And Cooper Lords, obviously he'll miss next week, but like this young crop coming through. don't discount the fact that just what it means to start winning together as a group is great. So, man, good. Otherwise, good to get a win. Everything's a little bit sweeter after a win, and one more game this Thursday night. So, of course, I think we'll go live with a preview on Wednesday night.
Like this one. We know exactly where we're at. Yeah, That's it.
Yeah.
So let's just enjoy it. It's going to be misery for a while. So let's enjoy the wins and, get mad at the losses. But if you're getting mad at the wins, then stop watching footy, bro. Oh, straight out.
How was Moose in the fourth quarter?
Oh.
Moose is talking about $10,000 bets.
Moose was upset that we conceded the last couple of goals. Moose was end of the world. This is why we're shit. Mate, light enough.
He's just sitting there, just shaking his head.
That's the thing. We're not, percentage doesn't really matter at this stage, right, for us. So I think the cure is in the rake, not to get any more injuries coming up towards, I guess, the end of the season. But it was dominant, and what was like, it's in the title. We've been asking for ages. 4-quarter effort, and yes, I know. I think we lost the fourth quarter by a goal, but we started the fourth quarter well and put into bed well and truly. The game was done, and that was the most pleasing thing to see. Like watching people leave the ground, families leave the ground. There's just a lot of joy. Like there's just been a lot of downtrodden and just sort of head down, walk to the station or walk to your car or whatnot, and was out having a kick with my son just for a little while after the game, and everyone it was just positive. It was just positive vibes, and it was just nice to have that. Like I know, the season as a whole has been a significant disappointment. We're not shying away from that. It's just been having these, moments, I guess, and without trying to sound too much like a Vossi or someone from the club. Like for me, it's seeing the young kids coming through as a bit of a shining light, as a way to look at the future. Having Walshy come back and just seeing the difference that he makes our midfield. My God, like what a point of difference. Well, it was beautiful to see his evasiveness all day. Scotty, yes, we can kick the footy together. Like father and son, more than happy to have a kick with you, mate. It was in terms of what we're expecting, a lot of the messaging coming out before the game is, Ken's got a couple more games to go. Is he just going to go full rogue and change shit up to try and get one over Voss? And how are we going to handle the last couple of games and all these other storylines, sort of around the corner? TDK on 98 or 99 games, and no Charlie, Harry's coming back, and Walsh is back, and there was just so many things sort of happening around the game and the narrative. But to come out, I think how we did in the first quarter was huge. Going to the game, I know I ask this most weeks, but did you shift in terms of your thought of where the result would be, or how you tipped us on Thursday night? Were you confident still? I know, Andy, I think you had us pumping him.
I didn't. Moose and Andy were pretty confident.
Yeah.
I was still not. Lose. And then I think when we had that jump at the start, I turned to the boys, I go, look, yeah, and I said we lose, but I think we know we'll hold on to this and we'll win well. But no, I wasn't confident at all on the way to the game. I still thought we'd lose.
Yeah, I was pretty confident. Port hasn't been the best, and I thought there was something in the last quarter against Gold Coast. It was there was just something in it, and I'm loving, the kids that are coming in at the moment. And they're all taking their chances. They're all playing well. Yes, they're going to stuff up and they're going to, make mistakes, but it's like a mini reset, at the back end of the year, and games don't mean anything. Don't get me wrong. I don't want people to jump down my throat and say, oh, but you said this, you said that. I'm still very, very, very upset at the season. And I think this has been a shocking, horrid season. But I also said about 6-7 weeks ago that things are bad, and all we can do to look forward is to just get little wins, create little good habits, and take them into next year. Just a little bit of hope into next year. If you're going to go into next year with bad habits and on the back of really bad losses against teams that you probably should beat, it's not a good start to the season already or to the preseason. So, getting games into the kids, and they're getting good games. They're getting good game time, and they're standing out. And like I said, they're taking their chances. I'm not saying we're going to win the flag next year, and I still don't think Voss is the man to take us next year. But hey, I hope next year I've got egg on my face, and we win 20 however many games in a row, and then win 3 finals in a row, and we win the next 8 flags. Like, I believe things will get worse. I still believe that. But little wins, little good habits, and they're forming. And like you said, Sam Walsh makes such a big difference to our midfield. Port had checked out, right? We played against a team that had checked out, but you still have to beat them. And we did that convincingly. Port came at us. They did in that second quarter, I think. First and second. They kicked 5 out of the 6 goals. I think, or 6 out of the 7. After we had kicked the first 7 or 6. So they did come at us. But to our credit, we were able to turn the game, and it was so nice to see a bit of hunger from the boys, and like a bit of ruthlessness. That's what we've kind of wanted all year, and it's a bit late now when the games don't really mean anything. But I also believe every game means something. So, like, you got to take your opportunities, you got to take your moments, and you got to beat who you're playing. And, man, we did that. Small good habits, and on to next week. If we can build on that and, smash the scum next week or in 3 days, then, off we go into a really good preseason, hopefully.
Good call. I think Port, and Andy, I think you've said this a few times in terms of our playing style and Port's playing style. I was just watching Port on Saturday. It just felt like watching us in previous months. The way they were playing, the way they were moving the ball. It felt like some of our games the last few months in terms of the way that they were playing. So, they've obviously their form lines hasn't been the best. But, yeah, you got to, like, when you say every game means something, there's individuals there that are probably playing for their career. Like, you look at someone like a Frankie Evans who's playing for, of course, to try and stay on an AFL list. And geez, isn't he continuing to do a great job? And you've got obviously players that are contracted that is might be in the shopping window as well. And there wasn't much. There's not a lot. Or there's not a lot that you can really fault or criticize about that game. I felt like everyone was doing their bit. Hey, only one that killed a multi-gamble responsibly. Not like anytime goal scorer. The bloke was doing anything not to score. I'm not going to make this about you. I'm just going to spend a quick 30 seconds on this. Bloke was doing anything not to score. He was handing them
confidence. No confidence at all.
And I think, Carl, that's the one. I think the confidence in himself. It was 30 out. I think he passed that one when he was 30 out. Was it to Walsh?
Passed like it was like backwards, sideways kind of thing.
Yeah, and Walsh missed that one.
Yeah, he did.
I think it's just he's just lacking that confidence in himself to back himself. Bro, 30 out. Killed me on Saturday.
If you're a forward, and you can't have a set shot, shouldn't be on.
I agree.
Sorry, Andy, you were saying?
I just think we've all bullied his confidence out of him.
I'm not spending any more time on it, but again, it's nothing to criticize. It killed me on Saturday. I'm like, mate,
but he tries so hard. Like, you actually see him work so hard to get himself into these positions.
I could try hard. I'd be no good though.
Yeah, I get it. But he's getting himself to the ball in like he's working so hard, and then it's that last bit that just totally shits the bed on. So
that's a game he should have kicked 3-4 goals though.
I agree.
And I'd be keen to bring up his fourth quarter stats all year, because I think it's generally speaking the fourth where he starts to turn it on. It was the North game a couple of weeks ago as well. He starts when the game's over, right? And again, not having to go at him, but if there was one thing that annoyed me on Saturday, it was that it was strange. But you know what? Great to see other young kids taking their chances as well in front of goal. Flynn Young had a goal as well. Oh, it was $5. Gamble responsibly, but it was $5. It was nothing. You know, I'm not. My money goes towards expensive shiny cardboard, aka footy cards. Andy knows I'm a degenerate with that stuff, but
we had a conversation earlier.
We did. But the first, pinging them from everywhere. You know, Williams, Harry, Frankie, everyone's getting on the board, and I think we put on the first 6. I think it was 5 or 6 goals before they responded.
6 goals.
And by then, effectively, the game's pretty much already dusted. However, as a Carlton fan, let's be honest, was anyone feeling any sense of comfort, just knowing, not just this year but previous years, how they unfolded? Were you guys feeling a bit nervous, thinking, third quarter?
I actually wasn't. I was confident. No. But there was something that happened, I think, in the first or early second where I can't remember what was said exactly, but let's just say Moose is a real bad curse. What did he do? You remember what he said? He said something, and then as soon as he said, and then it just started raining goals, Port Adelaide, and bloody Moose. Do you remember what he said?
He said, "We can't lose from here."
Oh, there you go. We can't lose from here. And as soon as he said that, they just started to pile on the goals.
We had a super chat earlier, but I can't see. I didn't think with
which one.
All right, we had a super chat earlier.
Yeah,
I can't find it.
Probably can't read it out.
Sorry, guys.
Did we?
Yeah, we.
I didn't say one. No, if you did,
we definitely got one. It was from Borat, from memory.
Yeah. Borat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Borat, if he's still in the chat.
Yeah, so
hold on.
Comes up here. You found it?
No, I haven't seen it on the. I've seen his username. Oh, here we go. Hold on, I can't see it on my.
Neither can I.
Borat Sagdiev. You better read this.
That's probably
very much.
You got to. I like it very much. Your podcast. It's pretty much your. I'm gonna read that. I like. My wife. I can't see it on the screen yet, but I can see it on my phone, which is strange. But shout out to you, Borat. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, couldn't see it.
It's the most quotable movie of all time, right? Surely.
Speaking of homos, what about Isaac Rankin getting in trouble? What? Can't say homosexual.
You can. Well, depends. Sorry. Depends what you say according to.
Well,
AFL
he
Isaac,
called him a baguette, but with an F. And
apparently, allegedly.
I mean, should you be suspended for saying that to a Collingwood person? I mean, personally, I don't think you should be suspended. You should get a fucking award.
Pay rise.
Those scumbags.
Best on ground.
Those dirty baguettes. All of them.
Next minute, Andy disappears off the screen.
Well, this is the thing. Like, you see what players have been suspended for, and players have not been suspended for this year. Which is
you can threaten someone's life.
Yeah. You can
text someone after a game and tell them you're going to end their lives, and you know where they live.
Yeah, no dramas. Which is super strange, right? So well, I think that they'll throw the book at him. They'll throw the book at Isaac, right? So,
but rightfully so. Like, he can't be dumb, right?
Yeah,
he can't be dumb and say that on the field. But if Willie Rioli can get away with saying what he did, what did he get, a week?
Yeah.
It's like, what's worse? You know? I don't know. They pick and choose. Like, be consistent with words. You know? Like, if one thing, if you're not allowed to say one thing and you're not allowed to say another thing, then the suspensions should be the same. Like, I don't think there's levels of what you can't say. If you can't say it, you can't say it. Or you can't, you know? I don't know. It's not like a high grade like you know how they grade hits. You can't grade words. I don't think.
Mm.
You either can't say it or you can say it. And if you can't say it, it should be just the same suspension. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, obviously, whatever he allegedly did say, if you've seen the previous suspensions be, also there was someone recently for 3 or 4 weeks, and AFL said we'll continue taking a hard stance on it, and he would have known that, obviously. They'll probably throw the book
saying
in
it
now.
as well. It wasn't just
and
once.
and that's the thing. If you kept saying it, like, mate, your team's entering finals. You're on top of the ladder. You're a pivotal player. If you're doing that and you're within an earshot of not just the opponent, but other people as well. Like if it's multiple times you're asking for it, mate. Like be sensible, for God's sake. But I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I reckon they're gonna throw the book at the bloke. So it'll be especially if it's
final.
I have no doubt if found guilty, he'll miss the whole final series. Yeah. Oz, I can't see your. Can you guys see Oz's comment on the screen? I see it on my phone.
Nah,
Yeah,
see it,
I can.
Yeah,
I can. Yeah.
You want to share it?
I don't know if I can. Can I? Oh, yeah,
Just
I can.
press the button. Yeah,
There you go.
There it is. Shout out Oz. Thank you for the donation. I won't be at the game this Thursday night because of work the following day. Watching it at home. I'll see you guys at the TJP live show. Absolutely.
Yep.
See you there, Oz. And speaking of course, the TJP live 4. Heath Scotland, Brendan Favola, Brad Pearce. What a lineup. TJP boys, of course, hosting yet another banger of a show. We'll be there Saturday, 30th of August, 6 till 11. What a lineup. If the 3 live shows prior to this or anything to go by, this is going to be an awesome night. So get your tickets, trybooking.com, or on the Jumper Punch social as well. The link's there, but trybooking.com, TJP Live 4. Get around the boys.
It's going to be good.
Before we get to the rest of the game, bit going on. Naz today, Saints, look to have locked him away for a couple of years, and he's turned down a bit of left a lot of cash on the table, allegedly, from Port.
12 years. 20. How much was it? 25.
No, I offered him 6 years, $2 million a year.
Oh, 6
that was
years.
from Port. Adelaide offered him 1.5, I think, for a couple.
Wasn't offered like 25 or 30 million from Port?
Yeah, that's
apparently
right.
It was like 12 years times 2.5.
Yeah. No, wasn't that Harley Reid from Saints?
No, this was reported today. Yeah.
No, I watched it on the news. Tom Morris, he goes, 6 years they offered him for $2 million a year.
Either way, big money.
Yeah, but he's getting that much at St Kilda.
Well, he'll be the first $2 million player.
Yeah, here we go. 2.5 for 12 years. Yeah,
I didn't say that.
Crazy. How bad's Port going then? Far out. But look, he's banking on himself. I don't know what he's hoping to get. If it's a money thing for him,
he's got to turn it up even harder now,
bro. Because he's only signed for 2 years, so he'll make whatever he's making now. But he's really betting on himself to get. He's done what TDK done contract. Yeah, you know what's a risk though. The AFL are thinking about bringing in max contracts. So I think it's based around the concussion issues at the moment. Players getting concussed out of the game. So at the moment, I think there's been a few players who've had to retire because of concussion. And at the moment, there haven't been high-profile players where the contract has been through the roof. So I think the AFL's worried that they're going to have to take a stronger stance on concussion, which means more players will probably be forced out of the game, which then means they have to pay out these huge contracts potentially. So they're thinking about bringing in max contracts, which is what the NBA does. So I think it's like 5 years or something, 5 or 6 year max deal. So
that's still too much, I reckon.
It is a lot, but imagine having to pay someone out for 12 years if they get concussed out in 2 years. Oh, it's pretty bad. And clubs are just throwing out ridiculous contracts. 12 years. That's a
should be capped like 3 or 4 years, I reckon.
I don't mind 5 years. I don't mind
Well,
5.
Historically, like 5 was significantly long. Like, when you look back at contracts, like a 5-year deal was massive. And then once it started increasing, and you started seeing the likes of your Aaron Nortons, and initially, I think a couple of years ago, they were started getting criticised about why we signed them up for 6-7 years, and then we signed a few up obviously to 6 years, 7 years plus, and then you started getting hearing the contracts of Mac Andrew and the deals bandied about for Harley Reid and stuff. It's a high risk, right? Because you're like the people doing the governance and due diligence on these contracts probably aren't going to be there at the end of the contract. Right? Like they're planning, they're doing strategic planning on what the club's building around certain players and whatnot. You're going to have to sort of plan for all the peaks, troughs. The salary cap, obviously, it increases year to year and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely think it's starting to get a bit ridiculous. And I think, aren't they changing?
Hey boys, give me 1 sec. I'll lock my missus out.
Definitely sort that out. Aren't they changing, Carl, the trading of the future picks? If you can go 2 years, weren't they talking about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know if it's happened.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, you've got to have the foresight of the kids in that draft, the quality, and follow it. Obviously that's their job, the recruitment team. But and then you sort of have to sort of back yourself in terms of where you think you'll finish versus if you're trading picks and whatnot.
Exactly.
I think we've done it a few times. Well, yeah.
In the process,
we've done it a few times, mind you. And now the Hawks are going to get a decent pick. But again, Jagged to come in next year. Let's see how
hopefully
how he performs. Yes, of course. So God willing. Yeah. Well, I think now that the NAS deal's done,
it should open up a lot of others.
Yeah, I reckon that was like one of the first to fall. It feels like a lot of people were waiting on the NAS call, the Harley Reid call, the TDK call.
I thought they would have dragged on a bit, to be honest, that NAS one.
Yeah, I thought maybe
at least after the season.
Announced. Yeah. You'd think after the Essendon game, you just get the yes or no regarding TDK.
Yeah. It's his 100th this week, isn't it?
Rocco.
You know what's funny? She was like messaging me, telling me, "Hey, you've locked me out, whatever." And she's watching us on her phone.
Oh no!
I'm like, Jerry.
Yeah, it is his 100th game. For us, just
interesting one.
You're talking about TDK?
Yeah. Do you reckon? I was saying that Naz, now that Naz is signed, that might be the next domino to fall. Do you reckon? Sure, the club did they dick him this week and just left on cloud 99, Fev style?
He's gonna play, gonna win, and then they're gonna announce that he's staying.
Yep, I believe he's staying. I believe TDK will stay.
Yeah, I've changed my mind.
You both reckon?
I reckon he changed his mind also. Yeah.
I saw a change in TDK over the last 2 weeks, but this week especially.
Yeah. He had a good game.
I haven't seen him play like that. Yeah. He actually tried. He was running.
He was jumping.
And he looked invested.
Kicked the goal. I was waiting for the jumper tug, but
maybe I'm just in denial, right? Maybe
I reckon he's gone.
In a river in Egypt. But I'm I genuinely think he's staying. I just think the way he played with a different edge that he hasn't had for months, probably all season, probably since the first 6 games or so. So hope he stays.
I just find it odd that last week you seen he was doing the banner with a few of the other players and that. Why would he be so invested now? It's just, I don't know.
Maybe it's a bit of a thank you and a farewell, right? Maybe he's...
Nah, don't do that. Just fuck off. Don't say thank you.
Yeah, I still reckon signs are there. I think he's gone. But honestly, that would be one of the biggest turnarounds if he does commit. But I think that the NAS deal now is the first one to fall at, after, well, you are going to hear obviously a lot of stuff after the end of the season, but I think very soon after the Essendon game, we'll get a couple of other announcements, because obviously we've got still a significant list of uncontracted players ourselves as well. And no doubt a lot of those deals are waiting on things like the TDK deal. So be interesting.
Very.
But on the Saints, interesting that they're probably in the media more now than they ever have been. Like, just not going to call them relevant. And I know, Andy, your thoughts on the Saints and
irrelevant.
Yeah. Let me just say something, right?
Yeah.
They are the most irrelevant football team in the league, right? And it's literally taken a 21-year-old to put them on the map, right? They're celebrating a round 19 win against Melbourne still, and just to tell you how up and about they are, because Naz signed, I got a friend of mine, Arlene, who is I think she's one of the 14 St Kilda members. She posted that they had a night at a pub to celebrate Naz signing. So that's where that club's at. And just on Arlene, mate, she's brainwashed our other friend Searles into signing up to that irrelevant football club. And I told Searles, look, I've watched you grow to an amazing woman, and now you're just throwing that all away for a life of misery. If you're going to be miserable, go for Carlton. I don't know. Why would you go for St Kilda?
Do it with a lot more
14
supporters.
people.
Be sad more in bigger
Does me,
gatherings.
mate. Does me.
Yeah, I only know a couple of Saints fans. But yeah, Saints fans are definitely an interesting bunch. But again, the scary thing is, you look at the drought. We're not too far behind, right? So so opposition fans are almost in that same group.
There he is.
On your Naz.
The best Naz in the country. Mr. Globalnet himself.
Globalnet Solutions, absolutely. Great IT solutions for Australian businesses. Get around Naz and the team at Globalnet Solutions. Mercadante, Woodfire, Pizzeria. We have one person, which we'll announce shortly, that won the giveaway.
He's not in the chat.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in the chat, actually.
I'm
Watch him pop up now. Watch him pop out of nowhere.
So one person who got closest by, I think, was it 4 points, Andy? 3 or 4 points?
4 points. Yeah.
Points,
No one was close. Everybody was 20, 25 points off.
Yeah.
That's solid tip still.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you to the team at Mercadante. Another the last giveaway for the year, $100 weekly. It's been a huge year. Big thank you to the team there. The last one will go live Wednesday night. We will, of course, do our preview on Wednesday night. Thereafter, or just before that, the giveaway will go live on the socials, and get your tip in before Thursday night for the last giveaway of the year. Thank you to the team at Elite Plastering Group, new and old homes, buildings, commercial, residential maintenance, repairs, Cami projects, framing, fixing, lockup, renovations, pergolas and deckings, YPA and builds. Sorry. Thank you, Eric. YPA Zak Nasser, buying, selling, reach out to Zak, RAZ Homes, architectural homes, developments, renovations, extensions, multi-units, Bottle Pascoe Vale, your favourite local promotions this week, Andy?
We've gone back to the Old Faithful, fuck Collingwood, get 10% off.
Can't go wrong with that. And Dammo Finance, thank you to Johnny and the team from Dammo Finance, personal loans, asset equipment finance, and business loans. All contact details in the video description. Make sure you let them know where you found them. So, after the first quarter, obviously piled on, I think it was 7 or so goals. What were some of the pleasing signs you thought you saw throughout the match, whether it be passages of play, individual performances? It's nice to speak about the game a bit more, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
One.
Usually we're miserable.
We haven't used the word board once today.
The board.
Fuck the board. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying?
Sack the board.
The board's gone. On its way. On its way out.
I like O'Keefe. I really like O'Keefe.
Good set of hands.
Lord.
Good set of hands on O'Keefe.
Yeah,
He's a big boy.
The young
man.
kids are good, man. The young kids, they're showing something. You know, they're showing something that was lacking, and I think it's just want, it's desire. You know, and they've got points to prove, and I feel like maybe the McGoverns, who else? Who else are you going to sack? I can't think right now. But like,
well, Voss. I'm pretty sure Voss said he wants him. He wants him to stay.
Yeah.
Publicly. But what happens is
I
obviously
mean,
McGovern.
What's he supposed to say there?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I want him gone. Imagine he came out and said, "No, we're trying to piss him off."
Yeah.
But like, the likes of McGovern, the likes of Sard, the likes of even Cotters, Akers. Akers actually played a decent game.
One of his best,
played pretty well. But just throughout the year, some of these players just kind of laboured from, end to end or play to play. It's like they didn't really want to be there because they knew they were guaranteed their spot next week. So now that there's kids coming through, well, these kids are fighting for that spot, and maybe that's why Jack sees the writing on the wall a little bit with the young defenders we've got coming through. So he's decided to shop around, and it was just nice to see people want to play for the club. That's what I've enjoyed, Carl.
Yeah, probably the same. Sam Walsh for me, but man, I've not seen him play like that in years, man. The way he was moving, he looked like he was just injury-free completely. He was just everywhere, man. Even taking on players, like he wasn't afraid. He was just all in. And even what he said after the game about just no bullshit. Fuck, I love that. Need more of that. That's your next captain right there. Have to be. George Hewitt was great. Like Andy said as well, the younger kids. But just overall performance, you probably, other than Motlop for me, everyone, huge input. It was good, man. It was good to see. It was like I said, I was only Port, but we're not in a position to say it was only Port, but it was great. It was good to see.
Yeah, because we're only Carlton at the moment.
Exactly.
Shout out only Carlton.
Yeah.
But we are only Carlton at the moment. So yeah.
And it's brought some interesting questions as well in terms of the way, like the midfield makeup, and maybe in that group that you mentioned earlier about some players who might have been labouring or just guaranteed of their spot and not performing at 110% consistently. Right, he's had a few good games, but like Adam Chera recently, look, with him being out, it's nice to see Cooper Lord have a real good run and a crack at it. You start to think like in a couple of years' time, Crip is obviously getting on. He'll undoubtedly spend a bit more time forward. Hewitt's there. You got Cooper Lord. You got his good mate Jagger coming in. You got Walker, of course, coming in next year. Next year's draft.
Dean.
Then you got Walsh in terms of the midfield crop. You got Walsh. Cherry's there as well, but like this is the crop that will go forward for the next decade. You start to think that Cooper just looks like he belongs. He's absolute unit.
Even his
really
entry
well
in the 50.
Yeah, he's doing all the right things. Like and I think that's as a group, right? Your Matt Carroll's, even Flynn Young, who's come in and showed some great things. Like Carroll just looks like he belongs in the back line now, and he sort of has taken a spot that we all maybe had marked for like a Boyd to have played a lot more this year. Love his penetrating left foot. Goes hard at it. Doesn't there was I remember that game against was it against Brizzy where he got killed by his teammates consistently. And then against Melbourne, he didn't sort of back down and shirk of the contest. He just went at it a bit more. So that confidence is building, and once you start getting wins into these players and as a group, must mean a lot. And then the questions as well, like you see someone like Ashton Moyer having, again, like I think I called it when he came in after he had that first game against Collingwood earlier in the season, but when he came in for his second game of the season, I said just let him play the rest of the season. I remember saying just leave him in the forward line the rest of the year. There's no point bringing him back down to the VFL. And that's raised questions about your best forward line mix, right? Because and this will continue, because we can probably count on it on two hands the amount of really dominant games that like Charlie and Harry have played together. I love both of those players. They're both very different players, but you look at the forward mix now, where you've got Hudson O'Keefe can go up forward, ruck forward. Moya's looking like a mainstay, and then should be a mainstay in the forward line. He's a point of difference. You got Charlie, you got Harry. You've got the small forward mix, which again we don't know what's going to happen with that one, because Frankie Evans at the moment, and rightly so, he's been our best small forward, and good on him. That's that. At the same time, it's wild, but you also got to be happy for the bloke. It just raises questions in terms of what the forward line is going to look like next year, what the makeup is, because I just don't think we've got that right.
We need a small forward, like a gun.
We're in the mix. We're in the mix for, was it Liam Ryan we're in the mix for?
Liam Ryan. I reckon we should go hard for like someone like Charlie Cameron or something, man. We need that. We haven't had that since Eddie Betts. That's
the thing. Eddie Betts, his second time around, was still probably still getting a gig now. Yeah, it's disappointing that like Durden looked like he was doing really well, and his bloke's probably just warming the bench the last few weeks and whatnot as well. He looked like he was having a good couple of games. We've just got a lot of players in that position now because of the draft, obviously, and the SSP. We've picked a few of those players up, and we've got a few uncontracted. So it's interesting to see what happens there. I reckon Razio's he's probably done in terms of renewing his contract for next year. I don't really see him on the list unless Voss sees something different.
No,
you got Dirds, you got Motlop, Will White, Flynn Young. Like you got quite a bit there, and then you got players like Nick Haynes playing more up the ground. Again, it was on the wing again. Base it on one game, but he's like, mate,
he did give him a job. Week too.
Yeah, give him a job, and he's been doing it well. So he'll go again. It's just interesting to see what mix we're going to go with in the midfield, in the forward line. I think we're like this. It's raised some really good questions, right? And depth. Again, it's not a huge sample size to go off, but it's something to go off, right? So it would have been easy to pack it in and just trudge to the end of the season, but we're giving it a crack, which is what you want to see, and you want to see him back it up against Essendon. Like Essendon will probably throw the kitchen sink this week because they're going to Gold Coast on Wednesday. They got them next Wednesday, so it'll be interesting. That'll be both teams will want to get it over each other, and I think there's like $15 tickets already being advertised because I think
they pay us $15 to go.
By Thursday morning, I reckon that'll be the promo.
Just come, please.
I should have brought the video. That's what she said. I should have shared the video of. Sorry, I had to. I can't. It's like an OCD thing. I can't. Anyway, should have shared a video of driving to the game on Saturday, and an Essendon scarf was thrown off the bridge at on the way to Southern Cross, and it was just sitting there on the road. They're just bloody Essendon.
It's going to be a tough game this week. Like it's going to be a tough watch. For both teams. Look, if we come out and play like we did against Port, we'll smash them. Well, we should.
It's a cracking day on Thursday as well,
It's weird. I'm not... Is it?
Yeah,
look, I'm
probably
not as
cold
confident.
night though, but yeah.
I'm not as confident this week as I was against Port. I don't know.
I think it's because we hate Essendon and we don't want to lose to them.
Yeah. I just hope we build. We're to keep building. Little good habits and then go into the preseason and hit the preseason hard. And I want to give a quick shout out. Petra Khan from the chat. Petros came in today to my shop and we had a chat for a good while. And we were talking about the young kids coming through and how good it is. And I was saying to him, I just want Sam Walsh, especially, but looking at everything now, I want every single player to just hold a footy all preseason. Just kick a footy all preseason, left and right. Let's really, really work on our foot skills because that's what's let us down so many times this year. Like, how many times have we got the ball in a good position and we've stuffed the kick going forward, or we've stuffed the kick going out of defense? Like, I'm sick of getting beaten by ourselves. We're literally beating ourselves. So I'd love to just be able to watch the boys hit targets. I don't know. I don't. Our skills are so poor. They really are. So I'd love for them to work on that in the preseason.
It was great to see Ollie Hollins, who last week went at 69%, and this week improved at 20 touches, 12 kicks, 95%. So he was hitting them up. He had a great game as well. I actually just want to give a shout out. We don't do it too often. He doesn't get it that often. He hasn't for a few years. But Lewis Young, man, I was watching him very closely. I was watching Lewis Young's movement very closely.
Did he play?
And on Georgiades. he kept him to a goal.
Yeah,
but his movement and Georgiades got out the back a couple times and he was loose, worryingly loose a couple times. I think he kicked two behinds the times where he was uncontested. But Young, man, I was watching him. He wasn't giving him a sniff. Like, he was there on him the whole time. So credit to him. Big props to Lewis Young. I know, like, Whitlock had a few marks inside 50. He missed a few chances. So did Georgiades. But Lewis Young had a good game on him. To keep him to a goal, I thought that, this guy's going to kick another bag on us. Enzo's asked the question, actually. So,
just on Lewis Young, there was a moment in the game where he was actually pointing the fingers and calling shots and moving players around. So, I mean, they obviously have trust and faith in him to kind of be an on-field leader. And, you say what you want about him, but he's been a very serviceable player this year. So, I'm not saying he's great, but, he's come in whenever we've needed him, and he's played a role and done pretty well more often than not this year. So good call out, Georgie. I don't think many people would call Lewis Young out. Yeah. So well done.
He definitely had a great showing on Saturday. Enzo asked a question: do you three see a spot for Kemp next year? I think we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. It was
at the game, yeah.
I do. I think they'll sign him. Especially,
Silvani?
With Silvani going, and, whether we like it or not, apparently talks of Charlie, leaving. Apparently Charlie's name just won't go away. I think it was Sam Edmund reported it. That Charlie's name just won't go away when it comes to trade talk. I think you kind of need a swingman.
I think you have to keep him,
especially if we're getting rid of Silvani. Yeah, you need a swingman. So,
and that's the value.
You have to hang on him. You have to hang on.
That's the thing. Yeah, we're getting rid of Silvani. If McGovern goes as well, like, you're gonna be very, very restricted for players that can, play both defense and forward.
And I think that we had this discussion briefly when O'Farrell, the news about O'Farrell broke the ACL, because obviously the defensive stocks are getting thinner. If Sloss does go, McGovern, I'm glad we just, I think the club just wants to be in the position of control rather than let the contract dictate the club. Whether they make the call on him or not, and you'd assume it would be like from now. I think some of the contracts that'll start getting handed out won't be anywhere near what they were. I know McGovern's recent contract was a lot lower than his original. I'll never forget. It's ingrained in my head. 5 years. No, 4 years. Was it for Andy? 4 years, 800K. Great little great little spiel in Essendon review. Probably my favourite moment on this show, honestly. When he was celebrating his 50th game.
We're clapping him off. They were clapping him.
But even with like someone like a Williams, who's had a great year as well this year, a better year, and I think he's got one more year of that huge deal as well. So,
but what are you doing with McGovern? If you had to say, just keep or go, one word.
I'm keeping, but mate, not on much cash.
300, 350.
Nah, he'll get
350, 400.
More than that. He'll be more 5,500 mark. That's what they get now, bro. It's not. There's no more of this 300. I reckon he'd be on $500,000. He'd be getting $500,000.
Fuck, we got Acres for like 350, didn't we?
Yeah, maybe.
I wouldn't give him more than 400. Bloke's never in.
I'm an out for me because I think we just need to make some change. However, if Jack goes and obviously Harry out for the year, if you can get him on something close to minimum wages depth option,
$4 a game.
You have him.
There'll
be
a club. There'll be a club. There'll be a club that wants a McGovern.
Collingwood.
Yeah. So there might be value in getting rid of him, but you won't be trading him, would you? I don't know how it works. I don't think you'll be trading him.
No, he'll be unrestricted now.
He'll be just go. So he'll shop around. I wouldn't be surprised if he has already shopped around and there's not much out there. That's why he's a bit dirty that we're not playing him. So, yeah. Look, I don't care. I don't care who we actually sign or don't sign. I genuinely don't care. Whoever we do sign, as long as you want to play for that monogram.
I like that we didn't play him, though. I don't know if the club's growing a bit of balls and making a statement. It's good to see.
Well, is that one of Graham Wright's first kind of things? Don't play him.
Yeah, it could be.
Don't play him. Let him earn a spot, not trigger a spot.
Oh, you probably know after the season anyway what they do with him, if it was Graham Wright or not.
I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait until it's all said and done. And, changes start to truly happen to our list and coach's box.
Not far now, mate.
Yep. Not far at all.
I want to talk about Cripps quickly. Like, I know he's our captain and we love the bloke, but fuck me, man. He's a fucking hog. If it's only me, surely it can't be only me. Turns over the ball a lot, doesn't want to pass. There was a few times where he stuffed up and they went the other way. I don't know if he just doesn't want to do it anymore. What the fuck it is, man. Just pass, man. You need to give it off sometimes.
I feel like him and Saad just need a break. I reckon their bodies are just battered, man. Saad, I can see it from like doesn't bend over, right? Kicking balls off the ground. He's not going 110% in. And Cripps, I reckon, is he's got to be playing sore. But it's like an ebb and flow, right? Like he has a Brownlow year, and then he has a year where people write him off.
It's a shocker. And
then he has a record-breaking Brownlow year, and then he's had a year where people call him a journeyman, write him off. So write him off at your own peril. But I reckon he came in, he had a couple of goals. Yes, I think he went at 60-odd%, had a couple of turnovers, but I reckon the bloke just needs a proper rest. And just George Hewitt's obviously shone in I wouldn't say in Cripps' absence, but he's been a shining light this year as well. Like the midfield dynamics have been a bit different, but yeah, I reckon I reckon he's sore is my thing. He looks like he's labouring a bit. I don't know about you, Andy. If you
Yeah, I think
How
he's
many thoughts on
labouring. Yeah, I think he's just labouring. End of the season. I'll never write Cripps off. Like I see exactly what you're seeing, Carl, and it is frustrating. But yeah, that's our captain, man. I love him. He's if there's anybody in the team who deserves to carry the ball and try to break packs, and it worked for him for 10 years. So like, yeah, I love Cripper.
Maybe
Let
just
him
catching up.
let
I
him
agree,
do it.
100%. I agree. But when you got someone open, like we've seen in the last probably month or so, where he just burns them. So I don't think that comes down to being sore or injured. I think that just comes down to
Just decision making,
being selfish as well.
Interesting. Yeah. I think this preseason is going to be a different one for a lot of players. I think there's a overwhelming feeling of change at the club at the moment, and I think they're going to have a really different kind of preseason this year. I hope they do anyway. So I want to see like change. I want to see change come in from everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think they will take the captaincy off Cripps. I think Cripps will probably give it up. And I think
reckon
it's
he
someone
should.
else's. Yeah, I think it's someone else's time. Yeah, it's someone else's.
Not that we
time
don't want him to
to
have
step
it,
up.
but like,
No, of
just
course.
let him. Yeah.
Yeah, let him enjoy the last couple of
Yeah.
years of his career.
Yeah.
2, 3 years, 4 years. I don't know. I hope he plays for another 20. But I think he's earned the right to close out his career without that pressure. And mate, if we win a premiership in the next 2-3 years, get him up on stage. He deserves to carry that cup as well. So, yeah, I think it's time for like a Wiedering or a Walsh. If we go that way, I think it's time for one of them to step up. I think Cripps has taken the brunt for a bit too long. So yeah, I mean the same thing Fife did, gave the captaincy up. So I don't see an issue with it.
Who would you give it to out of the two if you had to pick one? Look, they're both great. The only reason I'd lean more towards Wiedering only because the injuries with Walsh. Look, you hope he stays fit and he's always playing, but I think he just misses too much. But if it wasn't for that and they were both fit, I'd probably give it to Walsh.
Yeah, same. Walsh. I think Walsh is a leader by nature, I think. Whereas Wiedering is your quiet soldier.
Yeah.
I think we need a captain that's going to be vocal. And like you pointed out earlier, Carl, what Walsh said after the game was great.
Yeah.
No more bullshit, whatever he said. So I love that. That's leadership right there.
I don't think I've ever heard anything like that from a Carlton player. Probably got in
Not on
trouble for
TV
it.
anyway. Yeah.
Interesting that the call on the captaincy. I think they'll give him the respect to make that choice, like in terms of Patrick, because he's been our best captain in a long time. Something I've covered actually for years. Came out in 2020, his first ever captaincy. I managed to get my hands on it last week. I've been chasing this bad boy for a long, long time, and it is now the crown jewel for me because I absolutely love the bloke. Thank you, sir. You can never question his commitment, what he's given to the club, and his efforts. So I think the club will respect him enough to have that discussion and get him to make the call as well. And yeah, maybe a shift and releasing that burden from him might be a good thing. So, but again, I'm sure they'll give him the call. So we got someone in the chat there. Andy, you just shared.
Yeah. Mr. Justin. Guess what, mate? You are the winner of our weekly giveaway. You were the closest to tipping the 54-point margin. You're only a couple points off. So thanks to Mercadante Woodfire Pizzeria, Justin wins a $100 voucher. So congrats, Justin. If you don't know Justin's the really loud guy at games, screaming, let's take our club back. We've got to take our club back. I love Justin so much. So congratulations, my friend.
It's gone, disappeared.
Yeah, I'll be sending you a message tomorrow with all the details anyway. So
Well done,
done,
Justin.
mate.
Well deserved.
Well done.
There he is. He's in the chat. On you, Justin. Enjoy.
Yeah. You can't be swearing, mate. I can't. It won't come up on YouTube. But I'll give it a share anyway.
On you,
Good on
Justin.
you, mate.
Thoughts on Harry Lister? We haven't really spoken about.
You frozen? Or is it me frozen? Someone's frozen.
Career high 7 goals.
Georgie was frozen.
21
Georgie was
touches.
frozen.
Oh, I'm back.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm back.
You're back, Elsa.
Harry, equal career high 7 goals, 21 touches, 15 score involvements, massive game. How did you guys see his game?
His goal from the right contest was fucking incredible.
Yeah, it was nice.
I didn't realize how good it was until I seen it on the replay.
Yeah, it was good.
Solid effort. Not just the goals though. He had a lot of the ball. I think he had over 20 touches.
21.
Yeah. You know, we were saying this at the game as well. Like him and Kerno, they don't work well. I think it's gonna be a tough one. You gotta keep only one of them. But Harry may be the man for me. We've been saying it for a while anyway. I'll choose Harry over
saying
Charlie.
it for a while. You're right.
He was good, man.
Harry brings more of a
not just in the fourth
game.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Harry can play anywhere. And I think it's easy to forget just how good Charlie was, right? For those two years, especially 2 and a bit years.
Keyword.
Yeah. And if he can get his shit together, you know, but also I think the club might have played him injured and he probably didn't like that. But I mean, attitude is everything for me. And with Charlie, with Charlie's attitude problems and, you know, with Harry's personal problems, it's more of a pick your poison, you know, like what do you tolerate, you know, and personally, I'd love a fit Harry Mackay on my team.
I feel like they don't get along.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
It's weird. Like, don't get us wrong, we love Charlie. Before you just have a sook and we say we want him out. Like Andy said, man, if he can get going again, it's a different story. But he's been a has-been. He hasn't been great.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just love Harry's work rate, and I always have. Like Harry's work rate, he plays everywhere, bro. What forward plays ruck, plays defense,
ruck, wing, forward, gets everywhere.
You know, everywhere, does it all. Coleman medalist as well. Don't forget that. Won a Coleman in one of the hardest seasons you could win one in the COVID years. So, yeah. I don't know. It's a shame, but I truly think, and I hope I'm wrong, mate, again, this is just, we don't know. Like, we're just talking shit, right? These are just our opinions and we're wrong 90% of the time probably. But I just think if you can get something decent for Charlie, I don't think all is lost. You know, I think you'd probably get more for Charlie than you would Harry. And if a team really, really wants Charlie, they'll pay up big. They'll find a way. So maybe take it while you can, and see how you go. But if he stays, mate, I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he kicks 4,000 goals next year. But like at the same time, let's just see. I don't know. I don't know nothing.
I think his leg injuries, knee injuries, you're never going to get the best out of it. Let's be real. Like, he's probably not sore, not injured anymore, but I just don't think he's able to use it 100%.
Yeah, I'm still all for keeping both going into next year because I just feel like there's been so much interruption, whether it be injuries, there's obviously personal leave or whatnot. 2023, Charlie. So 21, Mackay had his Coleman year. Obviously, Charlie was out. 22, Kerno had a amazing year considering he's come back from not playing footy for almost a couple of years. And Harry was okay, right? And 2023, it was well publicised. So Charlie again had a great year. Mackay was well publicised about the kicking demons and all that kind of stuff. And then 24, Harry turned that around significantly. And Charlie, like when you look at it in terms of numbers wise, didn't have a bad year. He had a solid, like obviously had a couple of big bags in terms of West Coast and North and whatnot, but he still ended up on 50 odd something goals. But it was that second half which was a bit concerning. And even from the first half of the season, he'd only get going after the second half. His numbers, first half versus second half, the differential was interesting. But then you got this year. So Charlie obviously missed round one. He had the knee clean out. There was a lot of talk about it's worse than what the club's letting on. And he had that, obviously, the injury against Hawthorn late last year when they shouldn't have played him and they played him and so on and so forth. And then you got Harry obviously took the personal leave. Charlie's back. And you're right, Andy. I think, by all accounts, bloke's playing hurt. It's been a lot of disruption. And I'd love to back him in after full pre-seasons, uninterrupted. If it is to be Voss's last year, his last contract year, just run with it because Charlie's a generational talent for me. I'll never sort of sway my opinion on that. I think he can turn the tide in minutes, and we saw that. And I'll never forget. I think it was opening round, Andy, when we went up last year against Brisbane.
Mm.
There was that 5 or 10 minute patch where it was like a man possessed.
Yeah, after half time.
Yeah.
Single-handedly just turn the game.
And then you got Harry, who becomes that incredibly important player, especially in fourth quarters. You saw what he done against the Cats earlier in the season and the game-saving marks. And even in that game against Brisbane, right? He has these games where he kicks. We've given him the 3 votes. He's kicked 2 or 3 goals, but it's been his importance around the ground. I'd just love to see, and I really hope it does happen next year, that they're both in uninterrupted, just having a red hot crack at it. Because I think if we can get that forward mix right with Moya in there, maybe bring in a small, good service from the midfield rather than just bombing it in, because we know what works and what doesn't work in terms of what we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Sky's the limit.
It is. Should we open the chat, you reckon? Should we get people on if you want?
We'll pop it in the.
There's a couple of big opinions in the chat. I'd love to discuss. How you coping out there, Carl? You all right?
I'm freezing my bite off.
That was my main concern, to be honest. If anyone who wants to jump on, hit the link that's in the chat and join us. We'll do 5 minutes. This time we'll stick to it. Last week was fantastic. And if Rocco jumps on, if he is there, Rocco can take over the show if he wants. Rocco's bigger than any one show. So, but everyone else gets 5 minutes. I don't care.
Morris gets a minute.
Shout out Rocco's giving us the spot on these live shows as well. Absolutely.
Yeah,
and shout out to the boys. The TJP boys, absolute legends.
Absolutely. I'm gonna set a timer up tonight as well.
All right.
So.
And we're doing this because Carl's going to get frostbite.
Yep. Let's do it.
Got frostbite.
Carl, mate. If you need to go inside, and
I'll battle, mate. I'll battle.
Just go for it.
Wiggle those toes, Carl.
I'll battle.
Wiggle the toes. All right. We got our first guest, Robert.
Hey,
man.
Robert.
What's going on?
There you go, mate.
There you go, man.
Good. What's happening?
Oh,
Everyone's
mate.
excited about a big win.
Your 5 minutes has begun, my
Yeah,
friend.
start it up, mate. No worries.
Talk
What
to
I
me.
say, Sam Walsh is the next captain. I told you a few weeks ago. This guy has been playing injured, 10 weeks off, comes back. It's like a Rolls Royce, mate. He's just a gun.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing out of it.
Mm.
The way he came back, mate, his running power for not playing for 9 weeks. He didn't even play a reserves game.
No, he didn't.
You know, and
You can't put him in the reserves.
A few weeks ago, we're going to trade Walsh. Yeah, we'll get this and that for him. Mate, you're not getting rid of a bloke like that. Forget it.
Mm.
You can't get rid of a bloke like that.
Didn't he
What
play?
else
Sorry?
He only played 82 of a possible 125 minutes. So he had just under 70% game time as well.
Mm.
Very impactful as well. It would have been great to see him ice those couple of goals, but he was everywhere.
Yeah, and Rosie was running with him as well. Couldn't keep up with him.
Yeah.
Correct. You know what I mean? Saad's got to go. He's done. Mate, he's so off the ball. I don't know what is going on with that bloke. He's just fallen off a cliff this year.
I reckon he's over it.
Yeah, I don't know where I was hearing it. He's thinking that his body might not be able to carry on anymore or something like that. I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but
he's got one more year on the contract.
Yeah,
I heard
that's
that
right,
too.
isn't it? Yeah, he's got a year.
I reckon
to
he'll
go on the
finish off
contract.
though. I reckon he'll finish off.
A 2-year deal. Well, it depends. They'll wait with me because I think if we're going to get the 2 NGA Academy kids and Peter Dean's son, well, that's 3 spots we have to make. If TDK goes, that's 4 spots. You know, if Silvani goes, that's 5.
Yeah,
already.
That's mass change.
So how many more are you going to keep culling? Because you've got to bring in players, yeah? So,
yeah.
No, I don't know. And I
What are you looking forward to? Robert? So if you're looking at the preseason and going into next season, what's the number one thing you're looking for?
I mean, earlier in the year after the Collingwood Port Adelaide loss, I told you I was still positive because the guys that are out are top line players, and everyone forgets Elijah Hollins. He seems to be back. I know there's issues there and culture of the club and whatever, but it's not like it was 30 years ago. We're 2025. These kids are different to the way I grew up. Maybe yous grow up. We're accepting of a lot more stuff these days. And whatever's happened to him, he's quality. And we got him for free. Like, that's someone that we got to try and make work. Because I think add him, Jagger, and, a fit Walsh back into that with the way that Cooper Lord's playing, he'll fit in there with them as well. I mean, Chera looks like he did a lot of the heavy lifting, Chera, this year, and his body's probably not built that way. He's not is he an inside mid? I don't know what he is. Do you know what I mean? But you put him fit with those 3 boys, and there's a bit of speed in there already. Like, I don't know. I think the midfield looks a bit positive. I mean, I think we've got to find a way to not work Cripps as hard, play him a bit smarter. The forward line, I personally think we can't let Charlie and Harry go. Like, it's working at the Crows. They've got 3. The Dogs are doing it with, what's her name? Norton, Darcy. And they're trying to hold on to Hugo Hagen. Now, who knows what's going to happen there? But, because they want 3 as well.
He was involved in a shooting.
Yeah, it was a Love Machine. He was there with
Love Mac.
outside.
Crazy.
Yeah. But, if all these clubs are trying to make 3 work, well, what are we going to go back to 1?
How come we can't get 2 to work then? If we can't get 2 to work, these guys on 3.
I don't know. Ask Jordan Russell. Isn't he the forwards coach?
Yeah.
So
maybe
this is why we need better coaches. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, and what do you call it? We need quality small forwards if you're going to go with 1 big forward. We don't have that. And you're not going to manufacture that overnight. I mean, if Harry's on his own, and it was a good win, but geez, Port had Horn Francis out, Butters out. Sorry, mate, I'll be quick. Butters out. Radicalia out, whole bunch of players out. Wind it up. But yeah,
Wait,
you know,
it's still
they
going.
had a lot of big names out, and that's why Harry was, you know, Harry was doing his thing. He had a huge game though, you know, even though lower side. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. Like, and you know, they've made the decision. They're going to stick with Voss. I suppose we have to get behind that. You know, last week I was on the show. I didn't agree with that, but that's what it is, you know. And like Andy says, and we all say, I hope I'm wrong, because 2 years ago I didn't think we'd ever be back missing the 8. Don't worry about just making top 4. I did not think we were going back to not making the 8 days. Like, it's a disaster what's happened this year, you know, and we can't have that happen again. Can't have that happen again.
Yeah, this one's it's been a horrid season.
You know, who would have thought 2 years ago we're back to this? I'm actually like a bit stunned this year that we're back to this.
It's a good word to use, stunned.
Stunned. Yeah.
That's off. I feel like that's the majority of the supporter base will just stunned, and I think the players were as well. I don't think the players expected it to be as bad as it is.
Maybe they got complacent. You know, you can think that as well. You know, oh yeah, we made a prelim and we were second, you know, 14 weeks into the year and everything was looking rosy. You know, we said, you know, we're going to make it every year now on, and we don't have to do much, or we don't have to work hard, or whatever. Who knows? And bang, you know, you get shot like that. It's, I don't know. Look, we're always positive. You got to be positive, man. We end up being like St Kilda or North Melbourne or whatever, you know.
Exactly.
We're bigger. We're a big club, you know. We've got to, you know, stick fat, and I don't know. But we got quality. We've got a lot of quality. We don't need to buy a lot of things. We've got a lot of quality in that team and around the club. And, you know, these kids are coming on real good. That's been the positive out of this year, I suppose. We found some kids.
Yeah.
That's been the only positive.
Yeah, well, the kids that we picked up seem to be good. You know, we had high hopes for Moya, you know, and, you know, he's playing real well. That Cooper Lord, he's come on real good. That Carroll they picked up.
Good comment, that one.
100%.
Round
yeah,
one.
that is a big one. That destroyed us.
Season was done right there.
Yeah, that loss killed us.
We should have known. And look, a lot of us said I remember personally, I said to a few friends, I can't trust this team for the rest of the year now.
Yeah.
Because we have this in us, you know? Like, and geez, I was wrong. It got worse. Got even worse.
Completely shit the bed.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for jumping on, my friend.
Right,
before you go, Robert, shout out the gym.
Yeah, give your gym a shout
Highlight
out.
Fitness in West Meadows. Now, guys, I've got to figure out how to give out donation to you blokes, because you let me shout out my gym all the time.
Nah.
So we're going to give you a good donation. What do I do? Press this dollar button, is it?
I'll give you my bank details.
We'll give you Carl's bank details.
Fraudsters, aren't we?
We appreciate it, bro.
Like that, huh? Is that how it works?
We appreciate it, brother. But no need, honestly, man.
No, honestly, we're going to put
We
something
do
out
appreciate
there.
you.
You know, I like being on the show. I like listening to you guys. And
No, we appreciate you, man.
Out, so
Legend.
appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
brother.
bro. We appreciate
you know what?
it.
Me and a couple of blokes, we're coming to that TJP thing.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Can't wait to see you there, bro.
We'll see you
It'd be
there.
awesome to meet you in person.
Likewise.
Enjoy your night,
Cheers,
bro.
Rob.
All right,
Thank
boys.
you for jumping on.
No worries.
See you, brother.
Cheers.
Take
See
care.
ya. Bye.
Who do we have?
We got Cam.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How you going,
How are
mate?
you,
Go, mate.
Cam, if the chat doesn't know, Cam is a day one, by the way. Cam has been there. He's an OG.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm
Appreciate
going is a bit 50-50, to be honest. Like, it was good to watch a win. Let's just put it that way. It was good to watch a win. Yeah.
You don't seem happy.
I'm not, man. I'm not.
What's the other 50?
What?
We're just a shit team, isn't it, right? But I personally, I disagree with you, Andy. I don't think it'll get worse before it gets better. I think we've got a very good good little crop of players, yeah?
Mhm.
Like the Camporellis, they're said to be very good, right? And I want to trade Charlie, yeah? We're going to get something good for him. We're going to get something better from Charlie than what we're going to get from Harry, right? So we might as well trade Charlie because there's no effort there. There's going to be no effort. He's more focused on running his businesses with the fucking Dacosses. Like, he's more focused on that than actual football. That's the issue that I have with him. There's no effort. There's no, like, running. There's no chasing. There's no leading. He just wants to get the ball given to him. Whereas Harry just does everything. Just does everything around the shop. So we need to trade him, put some really good time and effort into Lemmy because I've seen Lemmy play. I think he can step up his game and become a really solid forward for us. Not to the level of Sam Darcy, right? Not to the level of that, but he can be a decent forward. He can be on the Harry level of forwards, right? And then
If
the
Harry's
young
just
bloke.
decent, Harry's a common medalist.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not just decent,
yeah.
bro. That's elite.
That's true. That's true.
Mm.
That Coleman year, he played very, very well, and I feel like that game against Port, right back into that Coleman year. He looked right, fit, comfortable. Confidence was just through the roof. He was kicking the absolute leather out of that ball. It was so good to watch. He felt like he had his confidence back. I don't know what he did, but he felt like he had his confidence back. So that was really good to watch, yeah.
Have you guys noticed how Harry goes up for marks? How he places his hands sometimes? It's like he doesn't try to mark like this. He kind of puts his hands in a weird position.
Scared of the ball.
I've noticed that as well, yeah. It's like
Very
a weird
strange.
marking position. But it works, hey? So it
It
does
works a lot
work.
of times.
He's been running under the ball as well quite a few times this year. But Cam, I was actually going to ask you a question because you mentioned your thoughts on Charlie, and I think you answered it with the Lemmy comment. Do you say if hypothetically Charlie is moved on or he decides to ask for a trade, and he does go, do you seek another player to replace him with, or do you look within and say no, we're going to stick with the Harry, Lemmy? Is that your thoughts?
Well, I don't think we can personally just stick with Lemmy. Like, that's just way too much to put on the kid, right? There's like the talks that he wants to go to Suns, right? And now obviously I don't think we can just give Charlie to them and we get King back. That's just not how it's going to work, right? So we probably get maybe a Walter, right? Or maybe a Walter and maybe like a couple picks. So if he wants to go to the Suns, let him, and then that's the deal. But we still put some time and effort into Lemmy, make him that potential third tool with Walter and Harry, potentially. And Hudson O'Keefe running amok in the ruck as well.
Interesting.
Mm.
I like your way of thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we've got to do. We've got to think out of the box. If we're going to get ourselves out of this rut, we have
I don't think he'll go to Gold Coast if he's to leave, though.
I think it's
Really?
Geelong.
I reckon
But
it's
the
Geelong.
thing is, if you're Geelong, bro, you've got Neil. He's a gun.
Right?
Like,
Neil's really good.
You've got Cameron, who's still got, what, 3 years in him?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, where do they fit if Charlie's there? You know?
They'll
Because
make
Charlie,
it fit.
I don't
They'll
think
make it
Charlie
work.
can play up the field. I don't know. That's why I don't think Geelong, and they've got someone special in Neil. I really like what he does. So interesting. Oof, good timing. Jeez. All right, bro.
Appreciate you coming on, Cam.
That's your 5 minutes, mate.
No worries,
Appreciate
boys.
you. Legend. Thanks as always.
Have a
for
great
the
night.
support, bro.
Have a good night, man.
Take care,
You
brother.
too.
See you, mate.
Get the baby on.
Sorry, I was going to say he's losing it in the background,
Get
so I'm
him
going
on.
to jump on mute shortly. But before I do jump on mute,
Get him on.
only Carlton is in the house.
Look at that
Sorry, mate.
background. What a background.
Yeah, you like it? Bro, this guy's my
Yeah.
new goat, bro. Bro, this guy's my new goat.
Gorgeous.
Bro, I'm literally only here. I don't have much to say. I'm only here to talk about Frankie Evans.
Bro, it looks like dirt in there.
Let's talk about
Does
it.
he?
Yeah, he does.
Nah.
Nah, look at the mustache, bro. Beautiful. Look, listen, I honestly thought before a couple of weeks ago that he was like 28, 29 years old. Bro, the guy's 23.
And that is third
I
club.
thought, yeah, at his third club. So I'm like, bro, I thought he was a spud, and I didn't think he was as bad as we thought he was early in the year, because he did work hard, right? He got himself in positions, but he just didn't finish them, right? Like every game he's played this year, other than the last 2 or 3, he's kicked like 2 behinds, 3 behinds. Against Sydney, he played like a really good game. I think he did a good job on Blakey. But the last 2 weeks, bro, 3 weeks, however long, bro, his last 3 games, generational, best small forward of the year. And it's come out of nowhere. It's
Fuck,
actually,
I love Carlton fans, bro. I fucking love Carlton fans. Oh.
bro. But am I wrong? Bro, he's kicked like 8 goals in the last 3 weeks. When was the last time a small
Yeah.
forward's done that for us?
For us. Oh, for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah. I don't mean in the comp. No.
Yeah.
Bro, he's different. He needs a contract. We need to sign him for like 2-3 years.
Nah, 1.
I think.
I give him 1.
It's 3 good games.
Yeah.
It's like it's nothing, yeah. So calm down.
Bro, I'm
excited.
so hyped.
He
Bro, we don't
definitely
have
deserves a contract. Deserves a contract,
Yeah.
100%. He does, but not
Yeah.
2 or 3. I'd give him another 1, and then you see how he goes from there.
See, I've been Carlton now, so I want to give him 5 years on like 1 million. So
2 million.
make sure he stays. But would you? I know you're talking about the game. What'd you think of the game? Because everyone's pretty negative about it. I don't know, like, oh, it's only Port, but I mean, like, bro, we're pretty shit as well. Like, they're above us on the ladder, right? And we smashed them, beating by 10 goals. It really reminded me of that 2023 game against
Well,
Port when J Sauce
I
kicked
think-
4.
I think people forget, like 6 weeks ago, they beat us by 10 goals.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good effort. And as George pointed out in the preview, though, it was a different game. Two totally different teams, pretty much. So, different time of year. The fact that we turned it around that well, man, it's a good win.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you're miserable at wins, when you win, don't follow footy anymore. Like, why do you even bother? Like, if you're not going to be at least like a little bit happy when we win, like when the season's done, like, why are you still going to the footy? I've only ever been really mad at one win, and that was against Essendon this year. I was filthy at that. So I'm like a bit of a hypocrite.
That was the game you DM'd me with, like, stop fucking celebrating.
Yeah, I did. I lost to that. Yeah, I was so angry. But your
And you
posts
lost
that
it after the
night were
game.
making me- but they were making me angry. His posts were so happy. I was like, fucking delete it, bro.
And he was telling everyone to stop singing at the game.
I was.
Lost his mind.
Oh, but that was before I accepted
Oh, look,
of where we are. Now I've totally accepted where we are. And
Yeah.
it is what it is, man.
It's a
I don't
10
know.
goal win, so you got to be happy with it regardless.
You have to be.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
And a game like this shows, real quickly, sorry, Andy, a game like this shows that it's between the years, right? Because you look at our performance against like a North and how they turned it around against us as well. And yeah, you get frustrated. It's rather than anger or disappointment, it's more frustration, saying the quality is there. Well, there is some quality there. How consistent we've been, and how far we've sort of diverted from that during games this year has been the frustration, I guess. But the quality's there. It's between the ears. That's what it is for me. It's mental. Carry on, Eddie.
Yeah. I agree. I don't even know what I was saying. Sorry.
Sorry, mate.
I don't think it was anything important. No, it wasn't
Oh,
anything
that-
important.
that game in isolation, I know the season's been disappointing, right? Really bad season. But if you look at that game just for that game, there wasn't anything wrong with it. Like, I can't pinpoint anything negative about that game. Everyone did their role. The kids stood up. Walsh came back. I think he had like 60% time on ground, and he was almost best on ground. Like, he had a great game. Mackay kicked 7. The Smalls did their jobs. They kicked goals. Frankie Fogarty was, I think, better this week than last week, but it's not a high bar. Motlop worked really hard. Shout out Motlop. Poor guy. He just does everything except kick goals. Like he gets into positions, just doesn't do anything with them. And I don't know. I feel like, oh, is he out of contract this year or next year?
Yeah, he's out of
This
contract.
year.
Yeah, well, I really think we should sign him. I've always been a big Motlop guy. I don't think we delist him or trade him somewhere. Like we can't even trade
You
him.
have not.
Bro, I'm hard on him, but that's because I love him, bro. Like I
You got a
think
hard on him?
I think he can be a star.
What the fuck do you have?
Fuck is happening?
What do you have on him?
I said I'm hard on him.
You're
Hey,
what? They say what? I reckon we should sign him as well. I reckon we should give him at least 2 games.
Look, I like
I
what
don't.
I,
His best position is on the ground. He just falls. He gets the ball and just goes to ground. He's like, just tackle me.
the thing is, I said today to Petro when he came in, I was like, I just hope he has a good preseason, and just comes. But he had a good preseason. He goes to me, mate, he just had the best preseason he's ever had. And it's like, this is
Oh,
his
they
4th
advertised-
season. So
That's all we heard in preseason. Motlop's
Yeah.
having a great preseason. Then it comes to game time. He's in hiding.
Bro, they did a whole
catch
Channel
running
7
him up.
article on it. They're like, oh, high-speed training. Like special training for Motlop. Bro, they hyped the fuck out of him, and I bought in. I thought he was going to kick 40 goals a year.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's my 5 minutes up,
Yeah.
or
You've been on
I
for 12.
forgot to press the timer, to be honest.
12.
I'm still new at this. I'm still new at this job.
We're gonna part of the 2026 upgrades. We're gonna have a little timer on the screen.
Yeah. We'll do
We're
that.
working this out. Hey, I think everyone knows. We come in, we have a chat, we jump off. There is a very minimal technical planning on our shows, but I guess that's the beauty of it, right? We speak our mind. That's what we're about.
That's right. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. One more game, and then I think we all deserve the break.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah.
Break, good weather. Just bring it on, man. Don't need to use
You
my
see what,
heater, waste my gas.
Someone
You see what Elijah
Much on in the off
years
season
ago.
for you, bro? On your page?
Oh, me? What'd you say, sorry?
Yeah. Have you got much planned for your socials in the off season? Do you take
Not
a
really.
break? Do you keep going?
I'll post like every now and then. I don't take a complete break, but there'll be edits, right? At least I'll have something to edit. At least I can forget about this season, because this season's been fucking terrible for like content. Like I can shit on the players, okay, but I don't really like doing that a lot. Right? It gets repetitive after a while, but
Yeah.
What about you guys? You got stuff planned, or when are you guys gonna do a 24-hour stream like TJP?
We did it. You
Never.
missed it, I think. We've done it already.
A 24-hour stream?
Yeah, we've done 48 hours.
When was this?
No chance, man.
Bro, do it, bro, and I'll come in, right? We'll meet up somewhere. I'll come in, and bro, I'll stay up all night. I don't sleep, bro. So
We will.
If we
I'll
ever
tell you what.
if we ever did a 24-hour stream,
It'll be
we
pretty
would
bad. I think
actually
we'll get
we'd
banned.
we'd actually get banned. We
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
But we struck, bro. What do you mean? I dropped the C-bomb in the first 3 minutes of tonight's episode.
I'll tell you what. We after the rule is after 10 p.m. it goes wild. Could you imagine going in the early hours of the morning?
Could you imagine us at 3 a.m.?
Just quickly, I've just seen it in the chat here. Big shout out to Rob, who was just on earlier. Big thank you for the donation, mate. You didn't have to do that.
Appreciate you, mate.
Thanks, Rob.
Get around Rob at his gym, High Life Fitness, West Meadows. Great gym, just on Mickleham Road as well. Thank you, Rob, for the donation
Appreciate
as well.
you, mate.
Appreciate you. Tell you what, at the early hours of the morning, the conversation. Also, see, Andy and I are avid Rocket League players, and we had a session with Carl. We got to tee up another session. We had a session, three of us actually.
My kids have hijacked the PlayStation. Man.
Yeah, I saw because I saw Carl online Rocket League. I thought he's probably his kids.
When?
It was a couple of days ago.
Bro, they're on every day now.
But Andy and I with the headset, some of the conversations go a bit left field at 1 or 2 in the morning. So it'll be might be an idea for a stream.
Yeah.
You guys see what Elijah Holland said? He posted
Yeah.
on Instagram. He's like, ups and downs, but don't believe everything you hear on the media.
That means believe it.
Yeah.
100% believe it.
Do you reckon
him
he's
to
here
say
next
that-
year, or
I think he is.
do you want him
they
here?
keep him.
How many more chances do you give him, though?
One.
One last time, and that's
One.
it. It has to be. Yeah.
One. But again, we don't actually know what the second one was for. Now, it's all speculation, and it's, we're going to assume what we're going to assume.
Hmm.
So if it was that again, then I don't want him at the club at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't, what we think it is, if it was something totally different, he's a kid. He's going to be going through things. Some kids just go through shit. So back him. He's so important to us. So important. So I'd keep him as long as it wasn't what we think it is. So
Yeah,
what about you?
okay.
Would you keep him?
I reckon I would. Look, if it's we don't have the best culture, right? Where if it is whatever the media is saying it is, the rumor it is, we probably can't steer him in the right direction, like as good as someone like Geelong can. Because Geelong took in Stengel. Stengel was all over the place. They took him. He's an All-Australian small forward, right? So I don't know. Premiership player. He's so good and he's so important to the way we play. We look completely different with Elijah out there, and I just think it's worth the gamble. Or it's worth the risk, whatever.
And to be honest, there probably are, or maybe were, or still are, people that, I don't say worse people, but there probably still are some unsavory characters at the club, not on the playing list, but around the club. I have no doubt that, from a couple of things we've heard and whatnot in terms of, it's a bit dark, a bit unhappiness there, and it's not the best place to be. I have no doubt that Elijah's not the main problem. And yeah, there's going to be rumors bandied about whatever it was, but I can guarantee you there's probably a lot worse people at the club, maybe not on the playing list, but around the club or within the club in different levels that we could probably do without. So I don't think it's to lay the blame squarely on him or to get him out to reset the culture. Again, we're speculating, right? So, but he is a huge point of difference when he plays. As long as you've done your due diligence and say, you know what, the young players coming in and being around him and whatnot, it's not detrimental to their development or health or attitude or culture, then keep him.
100%.
Yeah. I reckon we call it, boys. It's been a good sesh.
Yeah, Carl's going to freeze himself. So we got to say, we've got to
No, I'm all right. I can do another 3 hours.
Carl's doing that, but underneath the table, he's wiggling his feet furiously right now.
Bro, do you want to shout out your socials?
Yeah, go check out Only Carlton on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter as well. I'm not really active on there, but make an
Twitter?
edit every now and then. Yeah, Twitter. I'm on there a little bit, yeah.
You gonna post anything naughty on Twitter, like our old president, or
Not for free, nah. You gotta check out the OnlyFans for that.
hit the link in his bio.
That's it. But yeah.
Love you, bro. Have a
Make
good
sure you guys
night,
hit
bro.
the YouTube, bro. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already as well.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, mate. All the best. Have a good one.
Catch you guys. See ya.
Yeah, man.
Quick votes.
Yeah, votes. Fuck. Cal?
One to Hewitt, 2 to Walsh, and 3 to Harry. Big 7 goals. Angelo?
I'll go 1 to Walsh. Welcome back. I'll give 2 to. You know what? I'll give one to Hudson O'Keefe. Sorry, I keep calling him Harry. One to Hudson O'Keefe. I loved his game. Two to.
I think we lost him.
Yep.
Last week. I'm just
There he is. He's back.
there.
We lost you
Lost
there,
you.
mate.
Sorry, guys.
We lost you
I was just talking myself up. How long was I off for?
for about
About
3.5
10
minutes.
seconds.
Nice. I said I called Harry to be best on, so I'm quite happy with that.
Mm. Good call.
Georgie,
One Walsh. I'll go 2 Hewitt. I called him to be best on. I think on the preview he had a great game, so I'll give him 2. And Harry, can't go past that game. That was massive. 3 votes,
well.
Harry. In the chat, Liv Felino, 3 Harry, 2 Walsh, 1 Hewitt. Uncle Sam, shout out Uncle Sam, 1 Hewitt, 2 Harry, 3 Walsh.
love you, Uncle Sam.
Rob, 3 Harry, 2 Walsh, 1 Hewitt.
Love you, Rob.
Nice to do votes again. Nice to do votes. Nice to talk about the game again.
Forgot what
It's
it
just,
was.
Hey, I reckon next year we do a
Tally.
tally and we
Yeah.
tally the votes and we make it a thing, and then
Yep.
we can find the player at the end of the season and give him a trophy.
Ooh, egg his house.
Petra goes 3 Harry, 2 George, 1 TDK. I agree. We'll do it. Get one of our sponsors to we'll chuck a backed by sponsor. I think will be really exciting as well. And then we we do a bit of a tally, a bit of a leaderboard. I think it'll
But
be
we
nice
have to do votes. We have
yeah.
to do votes every year,
Win or lose.
every round.
Yeah.
We can't get lazy and we can't.
Nah.
You
And
know,
we get the mail.
I don't think
mail
we got
votes.
lazy. We just got put off because how bad the season was.
yeah.
I think it was. I think after round 1, where no one deserves votes,
Yeah,
I think that
it's fine.
derailed the whole year, right?
Yeah,
So round
yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Right off.
So, and we forgot to call Mustin and Mal to get their votes for today, but we'll, next year we're on. And it's been a huge. It's actually been a huge year for us as well, guys. So the chat, big thank you to you guys because you guys have made it massive for us, honestly.
Massive.
Big growth.
We keep like joking and laughing about it, but we just wanted to go bowling. And
We still haven't gone.
And we haven't gone.
We
And
haven't gone.
we've locked ourselves in almost like 200 episodes of a podcast after the suggestion of going bowling. So we appreciate you guys.
That was great.
Absolutely.
It escalated
to go.
very quickly.
We need to go.
Yeah.
Big thank you to everyone. Carl, you're closing this off. Carl open, so Carl is closing. Carl's
Thank you
doing
and
the
good night.
sponsor.
I'll leave the sponsors for you,
Sponsorate.
Georgie.
All right, let me blitz through them. Big thank you to Naz and the team from Globalnet Solutions Australia. High quality added value IT solutions for Australian businesses. Thank you to Naz and the team. Mercadante Woodfire Pizzeria address, Carl.
123 Logon Street, Carlton. واحد اثنين ثلاثة Logon Street, Carlton.
Very good.
Great address.
Great address. Great pizzas. Great
people.
Great vibes. Great people. Giveaway Wednesday night goes live on the socials. Keep an eye out for that as well. 24 hours before the bounce. Elite Plastering Group, new and old homes, buildings, commercial, residential, maintenance and repairs. Cami Projects, framing, fixing, lockup, renovations, pergolas, deckings and builds. YPA Zak Nasser, selling, buying, give Zach a call. RAZ Homes, architectural homes, developments, renovations, extensions and multi-units. Bottle Pascoe Vale, your favourite local, 10% off if you say fuck Collingwood is back on, the old trusty. And Dammo Finance, personal loans, asset and equipment finance and business loans. Thank you to Johnny and the team. All the contact details are available on the video description. Make sure you let them know where you found them.
Mm-hmm.
So, Carl,
good.
you're closing us off.
I will. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining us tonight on a sensational review of the Carlton Port game. Thanks to Georgie and Andy for jumping on. Fuck you, Musa and Amal. We'll be back on Wednesday night for the Carlton and Scum Filth preview. And until then, Siki No.